Hello everyone, welcome to Metroid Prime Part 24. This time we're going to go and take on the good, bad old Omega Pirate dude. And pretty much go and grab the artifact as well. That's about everything that's happening this time. So today I'd first like to apologize for my recent not so great commentary. I've just been kind of running out of material and I don't really pre-write commentary at all. So yeah, just kind of been improvising it a bit. So anyway, today we're facing off against the Omega Pirate, and so here we go. This fight may seem difficult, but it is not difficult at all. You should just know that, because this fight is extremely easy. But if you actually skip this cutscene, you can just go ahead and immediately start shooting him with rapid-fire missiles. That's better, though, in the GC version, once again. I hope I got my power bomb just about right. Come on. Yeah, he's pretty vulnerable to plasma beam. If you miss one of his kind of things, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But okay, so should be able to get him in there in a sec. But you should be able to get all of his armor points, unlike me, which I kind of messed up a bit there. But it shouldn't be too bad because it's only one round that we'll need to be fighting him in normal anyway. So okay, so we got power troopers. You can get any kind of trooper, so power troopers are okay. Just use some super missiles. This will be the only round of enemies that we actually face. Just know that. So stand by this pool. The pools you stand on will determine where he shows up at. Just know that. So this one forces him to appear up across the room, and one single shot will put him to a different pool. So now because of this, he now has to show up over there, so he can fire another super missile. And if you'll notice, he's down to one hit left, and I believe he now has to appear at this pool. Nope. Okay, that pool. Well, whatever. But so I kind of messed up the pool thing there a bit, but really this fight is not difficult at all. I'm gonna say that. I mean, I took quite a bit of damage there, but really all you gotta do is walk around, and I believe the way it works programming wise, don't quote me on this, but I believe it works that he doesn't appear immediately at a pool he's previously been to, but if you like stand by one, he won't appear by that one, kind of thing. I don't know, they're different like if statements and all for getting him to appear at which pool or whatever, but really just know if you stand away from one pool, then he'll kind of appear at a different one. So keep your options open and take him down quickly. He's not too bad. And so we're going to scan the elevator so we don't have to do that when we come back and have to deal with all the Metroids. But yeah, so also, so you guys know, I am changing my route a bit, because I said we are going to go through the Phazon mines backwards. That is no longer true. Now the reason I say that is because we still have to go there, obviously, but like when it comes to going backwards, you're going to run into some certain hallways that are a little bit difficult. And like, you know what I'm talking about for this section, because there's this one hallway that I really just absolutely hate. Come on. Okay, but I got across somehow, and I am not dealing with the Metroids. Just know that for now, because I'm just going to go back, grab the artifact, and get out as soon as possible. And this is my least favorite room. I believe I've told you that already. Here we have our first Fission Metroid guy, and so we're going to take him down with Power Bomb. Everyone else, you guys know the Bombuses, meet the Invisible Bombuses, which I said were the most annoying enemies in the game because they are the most annoying enemies in the game. They're only in this one entire section, but it's too much for me. I hate the Invisible Bombuses. Now, with that said, we only have to backtrack a few more rooms. And you will see a group of Fission Metroids in here. We'll fight them on the way back, but not right now. So yeah, we beat Omega Pirate. I kind of explained the strategy a bit, and by getting the Phazon suit, that triggers all these kind of enemies to show up in here. So what I recommend, don't get the Phazon suit. Go ahead and do the bomb trick that I talked about earlier that's impossible to pull off, almost. But yeah, if you got the energy tanks to spare, give it a shot, I guess. And probably give it a try on an emulator. Now, a lot of emulating of Metroid Prime, like you'll run into issues with emulation, so that like, especially if you're trying to use Dolphin, you're going to run into a lot of problems running it. I mean, even if your PC is like extremely strong, your strong. Okay, even if you have an extremely good PC, I mean, mine's decent. It has a 970 kind of NVIDIA graphics card. It's got like 16 gigs of RAM, so it's about average in that kind of respect. But at the end of the day, I'm saying like even it has a lot of trouble running Metroid Prime consistently. Now, the main reason for that is because this game is very demanding. So, but what I will recommend for running Metroid Prime, like in general, is on your Wii, use it, get the ISO file, the North American version, and run Nintendo. Okay, now that's my recommendation. Nintendo doesn't have save states. You know that. That's like the biggest thing that sucks about it. And most Wii emulators, no save states. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna see if I can get out of here quickly, because I do not want to deal with that Metroid. But no save states. But I'm still gonna recommend that as the main version to use. I might be doing that, might not, for Prime 2's run later on, because it's a little useful to do it on the original North American edition, but I probably won't since I am sticking with the trilogy now. And this jump I explained might be Ghetto Jump, might not be. Now, if I were to explain how to pull off a Ghetto Jump, it would be quite difficult because I myself just kind of have a feel for how it works. So, the way it works is when you're jumping against a horizontal surface, like, well, not a don't quote me on that one, but I'm saying like when you're jumping against a certain slanted surface, if you jump and kind of pull away from the surface, then you'll kind of have a certain run like that. But I am definitely failing this trick. Let's see. Yeah, almost got it. Anyway, if you guys have yet to vote, I recommend you go ahead and do that. In terms of recommendations, I'm saying right now, as I speak, which is now no longer accurate pretty much, but I am going with we currently have about a 4-4 kind of thing between Fusion and Prime 2, so I'd like to see how that plays out. Now I'm going to actually try and get this trick right. Okay, let's see, so I'm trying to remember what I'm doing differently now. I don't know, something to master about space jumping is like when you're using the space jump, you need to make sure to take your time with it. It's kind of my biggest recommendation when you're first learning how it works, kind of. I mean, it's a lot different than like your high jump boots and such, so of other Metroid games. Also, some phase-on will kill certain Metroids, so know that that works, and that's a useful trick to pull off. Otherwise, Metroids are a bit annoying, if you noticed it by this point. If you, I believe, fully charged Plasma Beam does kill them. Yeah. Okay, well, I've tested it 3 times now, so, yeah, 4 times. So, yes, fully charged Plasma Beam does do that. So that's why you charge your beam and don't just use a simple charge beam. Anyway, so with that said, now we're just going to go and save since I messed up that trick like 8 times. The reason well, it was a lot more than 8 times, a lot of times. So, the reason like the trick was working versus not working, I'm going to explain quickly. But actually, I'm not going to grab a save here. I'm going to just walk out of the phase-on mines a little bit. Well, just ignore me for that. Like 30 seconds there. But I was explaining the trick for jumping up, Ghetto Jump, not Ghetto Jump. Just make sure you have like a great bit of distance there. And here we now have Metroids, which are going to be a bit annoying, so get out of here as soon as possible. So we're also going to be going through the phase-on mines, but we're going to be doing it a little bit backwards. So, well, we're going to be doing it forward, but we're getting like all the upgrades now instead of earlier, just because I kind of didn't want to get them earlier, and we'd have to backtrack to take down the guy anyway who has the other artifact. So, pretty much this run is starting to come to an end, so I'll have to say it's been a lot of fun, and we still have probably another 2, 3, even 4 parts, but my recommendation is that you get in your vote soon for the next game. Yeah. So also, if you noticed, I believe the turret took those guys down. I'm not quite sure on that one, but yeah. I'm just going to use the super missile. So, I believe the turret took them down, not quite sure. Sometimes Metroids get killed by being too close to the phase-on. I'm not sure what the damage box kind of system is for them and that, but you know, I'm always happy to take some help there. So you may notice, like, platforms, where do you go? Because I am confused, right? Well, once again, obvious invisible platforms. And this will get us another missile expansion, so save up power bomb there. And yeah, so after we empty the Phazon mines, that should be pretty much, that should be 100%. But you're not going to see the 100% anyway till the ending. Well, you're not going to see it until we get the Artifact of Truth anyway. Well, and that's the truth. This is absolutely terrible fun. Okay, so once again, that means I am out of material to work with, so yay, power bomb. So for this part, I'll just explain it a little bit better. I am going to backtrack out of the Phazon mines, next time go back through the Phazon mines, and yeah, confusing, right? Now the reason I'm doing any of this weird, like, out of order stuff, first off, my method saved time with the gravity suit and all, because I could clear out Phendrana, like, all at once. And on the other hand, another big part of the early power bombs, a problem with it anyway, is that you don't actually get the power bombs, which I've explained. You get the expansions, but that's a lot better than it is in Fusion. You see, in Fusion, if you get a power bomb expansion early, you still can't use the, like, without having the power bombs, you still can't use the power bombs, which really sucks. So all you Fusion speedrunners out there, you know the game just doesn't want you to break it. Nice job, Adam. Anyway, so with that being said, since we can sequence break in Prime, we are now almost out of here, so we are going to backtrack out of the Phazon mines and then go into the Phazon mines. Now the reason we are going to backtrack out and then come back in, terrible run up there anyway, the reason we're going out and back in, like for this section, why I'm crossing here and not just like, so the reason I'm leaving is because well, it's not because I don't want to be here, it's because, okay, now that's just sad. Come on. Okay, that's hilarious. I've never had that happen. Metroid get frozen while it's locked onto you. Just, it's fun. Anyway, so, yeah. To explain myself, which I am not doing well at all here, I am leaving the Phazon mine so I can come back to the Phazon. Well, I can go back through the main area. Okay, well, got the grapple points, so now we can get, say what? Why did I take the wrong door? Okay, anyway. Don't get me there, Metroid. Okay, so going back to the main entrance and then coming back through. And we should grab all the power-ups next time. Yeah, next time should have 100% besides the Artifact of Truth, which we just didn't grab earlier for sake of time. So we're going to grab that. It'll say 100% and then battle Ridley and Prime and stuff like that. Yeah. And, yeah, this has been a rather simple part, I guess. Yeah, anyway, so I'm just going to hit the save station, and next time we are going to go and clear out the rest of the mines, which is not too much, like, stuff, but should get everything by next time, and yeah. So if you haven't voted already, go ahead and vote on thestrawpolls.com. Definitely a good site for putting in the vote there, and so I really appreciate to see what you guys want next. Fusion or Prime 2? And so on. Anyway, I will see you guys next time with part 25 and start to wrap it up. So, goodbye.